Hi, my name is Evan and I'm from the Micro Center Tech Support Department. Today we're going to talk about how to set up parental controls within Windows 7. This is something that can be useful if you have a child's account or just another user that you wish to restrict access to during certain hours of the day, or if you wanted to set up so that they were only allowed to use certain applications or games based upon their rating and certain specific aspects of those games. So let's go ahead and look at how to set up parental controls within the Windows 7 operating system.
Okay, let's take a look at how to set up parental controls on a user account within Windows 7. First thing you'll need to do is ensure that you are logged into an administrator account on the system. You cannot be logged into the account that you would like to make changes to or set up parental controls for. To begin, click on the Start button in the bottom left corner of the screen. Then once that opens up, click on Control Panel on the right side. Once this comes up, first check View By in the top right. Make sure it is set to Category. If not, choose this drop down and then choose a category from the list. Once it's set to the category view, under User Accounts and Family Safety, choose the Set up Parental Controls for any user option. You may be prompted to allow or grant permission to continue. Go ahead and choose the Allow option. Once this comes through, click on the user account that you would like to set up the parental controls for. In this case, we'll use the example account, which is set up as a standard user. It may take a moment or two for it to show up here. Once it shows up, go ahead and click on the On or Enforce Current Settings. Once it's set to on, you'll have three different options as far as the parental controls go included with the operating system. First, you can set time limits. The time restriction page allows you to select hour-long blocks that the user is not allowed to use or is allowed to use a computer during those periods of time. In this case, for example, we can set it so that they are not allowed to use a computer between midnight and 7 a.m. at any point during the week. After that point, from 7 a.m. to midnight again, they would be allowed to use a computer. Or we can set any hour-long blocks in between, single hours or groups of hours, that they would or would not be allowed to use the computer during those periods of time. Once finished, go ahead and click OK. Next, after the time limits, is Games. Once you click on Games, you will be able to choose whether or not the user is allowed to play games or not. In this case, we will choose Yes, they are allowed to play games, and then choose Set Ratings. Once we can set ratings, we will choose to block games with no rating, and then choose only up to the teen rating, so that they are not able to play mature or adults-only games. Also, you can set specific problems or items that they are not allowed to see during games, and that will prevent them from playing those games. Or if it's able to be turned off, the game will disable those features and allow them to play the game without that particular feature. Once finished, go ahead and click OK. And then it will take you back to the game screen. You can also choose block or allow specific games to block or allow specific games. Once finished, go ahead and click OK. Lastly, you can allow and block specific programs. If you click on this list, you can choose whether they can allow programs or they can only use the programs that you allow. If you choose only use programs that you allow, it will first generate a list of applications. Wait a moment as that processes. Once this finishes up, you can check any programs on this list that you would like the child to be able to use. Once finished, go ahead and click on the OK button across the bottom to set that user to only be allowed to use the applications that are checked. Note that the security applications for the computer will by default be checked. It is not recommended to change that as it will continue to protect that user's account. Once you're finished, go ahead and click on OK. Now the user account has parental controls enabled where all the settings that you had set previously. That's how you set up parental controls within Windows 7. If you have any additional questions or need more information, go ahead and visit our website at www.microcentertech.com. Thanks for joining us.